Hello, 390 Wagon Master here. All right, today I want to show you guys the all-new Retevis MB3 AM FM mobile CB radio. I've had this, about a week, 10 days now, and I've been putting it through all of its paces. I've had it here on the base station running almost constantly, and I've been abusing it a little bit. I've been doing some ultra long key ups and trying to get this thing as hot as I can, actually into a fairly high SWR, about a 2.0 SWR. And it has passed my endurance test so far. So far so good. So at this point I felt like I should probably give you guys a little bit more in-depth video. I do have a video on this on my other channel, Breaker Broke 23, but that's not really geared to the hobbyist, and this channel is. So let's go over a few things. It is very compact. It's about 5.5 inches wide. It has a body depth of approximately 5 inches, so it's 5 inches deep, but add about another, 5/8 or 3/4 of an inch for the coax connector. And then it's about 1 5/8 inches in height. So it's a pretty compact radio overall. So that, you won't have any problems fitting it into a modern vehicle. All right, let's just go over some of the user features real quick. Okay, we have a rotary volume control, and then of course a rotary squelch control. This has auto squelch, kind of like the Presidents do. So you turn this fully counterclockwise, it goes into an auto squelch mode, which is adjustable, but I'll get into that in a few minutes. And then of course you turn it up and you will go into more of a manual squelch type mode. And I like that feature, and I really like the attack of this auto squelch on this one. So anyway, that's pretty good. By the way, side note, the volume control here is not like a lot of these radios that I get in here that have like a step, even though they're like a rotary control here, but they'll have various steps in audio output. This has a small step between off and then on, and then it's very smooth as you go up. So I really like the way Retevis did this, and I also like the feel of these knobs. These are a very, they have a very tight feeling to them, like a $150 radio. So anyway, I'm happy with that. And I've noticed this with Retevis on these little micro mobiles, by the way. Each model they have, like the 1, 2, and 3, each model that they've been putting out, they're getting a little bit more refined. So this has a better feel, in my opinion. It has a better feel than the new Cobras, and not quite up to the new Presidents yet, but they're getting there. Okay. So this push button over here is an emergency button that will toggle us between the channel that we're on and channel 9 and 19. This has a keypad lock on here as well. And when this radio also has a Vox, so when you have the radio keyed up and you push this button, it will go into a Vox mode, which the gain and the delay is adjustable in the menu section. Again, I'll get into that. This is another dual function button. We have a scan, so you can scan the full 40 channels, and a Roger beep button. We have AM, FM, and PA, and that's an interesting circuit on that for sure. Okay, we'll go over here, and we have the menu button here, pretty obvious, and then channel up, down. Okay, and I like the way they did this channel up, down. I like the feel of it. Now, here's where I'm talking about, we were talking about the knobs, how they have a nice, good, solid feel to them. This is another thing that I like. Retevis is using, on this radio anyway, they're using the 6-pin mic cord, or mic plug, I should say, and I really like this. I'm not a fan of the J45s, like the modular telephone jack type plugs. I feel that those don't belong on any CB or ham radio, quite honestly. It's just not a very good connector. So we have this 6-pin connector here that is very interesting. This will match up to a President microphone. So if you have, like, say, a President Digimic, which I use on this radio, this will operate the President Digimic. So it's almost the same wiring as all of the new Presidents and the better, more higher-end Bearcat mobiles. And so basically all the press to talk microphone functions work on President microphones with this, so I like to see that standard. This center pin has 12 or 13 volts depending on what you're running the radio at. So you can power the President Digimic with NRC capability. It's kind of like an electronic trucker's mic. Look at some of those videos in my playlist. You'll see the Digimic stuff. It does not, however, have an audio return line, so you can't get the full function of the Bearcat wireless microphone as far as audio playback to the microphone, but the Bearcat wireless microphone will work with this. The President Bluetooth microphone will work with this, and so will the Digimic, as well as pretty much all the President stock mics. The feature that you will lose, not only in the audio return, will be the channel up-downs. The microphone on the Retevis does not have the channel up-down feature, which I'm okay with. I can live without that, quite honestly, but some people can't. But that's something to consider when you're considering this radio. So anyway, the AM receiver portion of this for a bare bones micro type radio, I think, is up there with some of the more expensive ones, and a little bit better than the Cobra. I don't mean to dog on the Cobra. I'm just not happy about that. I've had that in here, and I just didn't feel it was honestly worth making a video on. So anyway, this has a good receiver on it, and the FM section in here is really stellar in my opinion. It's really the strong point of this radio. The FM, both transmit and receive on the CB band, is fantastic. Just great audio coming from the microphone. Now you may wonder why I have a frequency counter up there. Well, that's for another video, so stay tuned, okay? Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this in stock formation, the way this comes from the box, okay? And I'll leave links to this down below. You can check out the Retevis link. Use my promo code BB23. I think they're doing 5% or so, but sometimes those vary. They go higher and lower. And I'll leave an Amazon link down there as well. You can buy this radio in two different ways. You can buy it just the radio alone, or you can get the Retevis magnet mount antenna that comes along with it. And I won't quote prices on the video because you know how those go. They fluctuate quite a bit. So we're going to key this up. Radio smack dab on frequency. It's exactly where it needs to be. And let's take a power measurement. Okay, so I'm impressed with this radio as far as how this thing operates out of the box in its stock form. This has a good healthy 4 watts. Actually a little hotter than 4 watts, but I'm happy with that. And we are averaging about, hello. So, you know, 12 or 14 watts PEP on AM. And that's, of course, what I would expect. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. Modulation hits 100% with no problems. On my other video, I show that on a little bit more precise modulation meter. You know, the birds don't read that. So anyway, we have a really good forward swing on this rig. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this video up. I wanted to make this as short as I can. You can check out the specifications on the Retevis website if you'd like to learn a little bit more about sensitivities and stuff like that. But however, just understand it's a good radio at this point. You know, numbers mean nothing in my opinion. Okay, so the radio comes with this stock mic. It's a very light and compact stock mic. I do like the feel of it, and I like that we have the visible opening here. And I have not torn this microphone apart. I'm sure it's like some of the other ones. Really, the opening is, in reality, is just a little slight pinhole in there. But this would give somebody, like if you handed this microphone to somebody that is not familiar with radio, they'd know where to speak into. It's pretty obvious, okay? So we have a very simple instruction manual here. Actually really simplified, and this shows us all of the menu functions, and I'll go over a couple of those. I don't think we really need to get too in-depth into those, but I'll show you the basics. And it's written decently, so anyway, no problem. Okay, let's do a little audio check here. So let's see, I'm on one of my little bench radios here, And let me just get this set up a little bit. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. This is channel 23 AM, and as you may be able to see over here, we are doing our, about our 12 watts peak. Very nice sounding microphone, pretty darn good for a stock mic, and you don't have to get right up on it. Okay, so you can stay back away from it a couple inches, and it won't your audio won't fade out. But here's where this radio really shines. This is on FM, and of course now you can tell that I have to turn the audio down, but this is a very hot FM transmitter with very good audio quality in both transmit and receive. And of course you can see over here we have a very hot 4+ watt signal, and that like I say is straight out of the box. Okay, let's see. Let's just open this up here real quick. I mean, I know these, but we're just going to follow along with the little chart, and we'll just quickly show you. There's a couple things I want to do with this. Where should I put this? I'll put this off to the side here. This is annoying, the beep. Okay, so let's show you how to get rid of that. And just the way my camera's situated here, I hope I'm not all thumbs. Okay, we're going to push and hold the menu button. And we have BR for brightness, BP for beep sound, and we're going to want to turn that off. So we're going to confirm that menu function, and we're going to toggle it to off, confirm that we want to set it like that, and now the beep is gone. That is so annoying. And then of course this is backlight brightness, and because I've got the little bench lit up here, we're not going to really see any of that. That just basically dims the buttons and whatnot, so not really too important of a feature unless you've got this pretty close to your face while night driving. All right, let's see here. Beep. We'll do the Roger beep, and currently I have the Roger beep off, but we can go through and toggle through all these functions. Not really a fan of the Roger beep, quite honestly, but that's the new modern Roger beep. All right, let's see here. LE, this is for Vox sensitivity, because like I said earlier, this has a Vox on it. And then this is the Vox delay setting here. And some companies can pull the Vox feature off and some can't. This works really well. The Vox on this radio is actually surprising, especially at a radio at this price point. Okay, we're going to go to TOT, which is the timeout timer. And this is adjustable from 1 to 10 minutes. Why would I want a TOT? This is kind of like a ham radio thing. When I first started seeing CBs come out with this timeout feature, I wasn't really all impressed with that. I just, I don't get it. However, I do now, and this happened to me while testing out a radio back about 2 years ago. And what happened was I had the microphone on the seat, and somehow I was sitting on it and the radio was keyed up. Now, with the timeout timer, say for instance, you do that same thing, or maybe it gets stuck between your seat and the console or something like that. You won't just sit and throw a carrier, so you won't bother people around you. You'll also save on the radio, because if you have this set, and I usually set mine for like 3 minutes, but it will time out after 3 minutes, and it will save you from not only interfering with other stations out there, but you could possibly save your radio. So the timeout timer is actually kind of cool. All right, and we will go to the last function, which is A9. This is the auto squelch setting, and this will basically set the threshold for the auto squelch. And I have left this at factory, which is at a 4. So you can toggle this from 1 through 9, and that works like that. So I like the auto squelch in this radio. However, I honestly just don't really use it all that much. It's not a very important feature to me. I'm more of a manual squelch kind of guy, but it gives you those options. So anyway, I've got a few inside shots. These new radios are pretty clean inside. It's all surface mount, modern technology, no through-hole stuff, not a bunch of wires all over the place, and that actually kind of gives us some reliability. Also, I kind of like this. These are not really adjustable. There's no pots you can get the the golden screwdriver in there. I don't know if you guys have heard that term before, but you can't really get in and give it that old truck stop tune-up. So, and honestly, quite frankly, it doesn't need it. It has great audio transmit modulation right out of the box. So I'm pretty happy with this radio. And at the price point, it's worth a look. You know, check it out. Let's see, you know, it has a lot of pros. I mean, I pretty much told you all the pros. About one of the only cons about this radio is it does not have a switchable noise blanker. So in some modern vehicles, you may or may not get some noise, but you could add on an external noise filter and take that out on the power line. It seems to act like it has some sort of a built-in permanent noise blanker circuitry in it. So it does pretty good. I'm in a very noisy environment here at my house, and it does pretty good on AM. Of course, FM, you won't need that because you have squelch. So if you do put it in a vehicle, you get a little bit of noise, you can just get a standard noise filter. I should probably do a video on something like that and show you guys. But anyway, there you go. That is the Retevis MB3 AM FM mobile CB radio. This is what I've been using the phrase like a little barn burner. This is a hot little radio out of the box, and I want to let you in on a little secret. It does more. I have a frequency counter up there for a reason. So anyway, stay tuned for that video. I will show you well, what can be done with this radio beyond a stock configuration for you hobbyists that want to dig a little bit deeper into a rig like this. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down below. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, I'd appreciate if you'd consider doing so. All right, cheers, everybody. Have a good day.